Welcome to the Host Burns channel. I am your host Burns for another video that you will be waiting for. So focus, relax, watch and enjoy, and don't forget, subscribe and press the notification bell. Let's start. The Byzantine Empire was the eastern half of the Roman Empire, outliving its collapse in the west by nearly a millennium. Although its inhabitants would have self-identified as Romans, we currently use the term Byzantine to distinguish it from the western portion of the Roman Empire. The name refers to Byzantium, an ancient Greek city ideally located as a transit trade point between Europe and Asia. In fact, in 330, Roman Emperor Constantine the Great moved the Roman Empire's capital from Rome to Byzantium, renaming it Constantinople after himself. Constantine was the first emperor to legalize Christianity, which was previously persecuted throughout the pagan Roman Empire, and summoned the First Council of Nicaea in an effort to reach consensus in the Church. Emperor Theodosius I then went further by making Christianity the official religion of the Roman state and punished the practice of pagan rituals. The Byzantine Empire existed from approximately 395 when the Roman Empire was split. About 80 years later, the Western Roman Empire fell, while its eastern counterpart, Byzantium, remained a powerful, thriving empire. The reign of Justinian the Great is usually considered the golden age of Byzantium. He wished to restore the Roman Empire to its former glory and was responsible for many reconquests, including North Africa, Spain, and most of Italy. One of Justinian's most important acts was legal reform. Originally, Roman laws differed from region to region, but Justinian created a single code that eventually served as the basis for civil law across medieval Europe and holds major influence upon public international law today. His wife Theodora was powerful and often referred to as his co-regent. She was heavily involved with the legal reforms specifically regarding women's rights, such as prohibiting forced prostitution and expanding the rights of women in divorce. Many great monuments were built under Justinian, none greater than the Hagia Sophia, the center of Christianity in Constantinople and the largest church in the world for nearly a millennium. However, a plague swept throughout the empire, killing Theodora, almost the emperor himself, and devastating the whole empire. After Justinian, the empire continuously lost lands to Persian forces during the Byzantine-Sasanian Wars, some of the longest wars in history. But Emperor Heraclius finally led Byzantium to victory against their Persian rivals. He restructured the military and administration and adopted Greek for official use instead of Latin. Under the constant threat of invasion, the emperor developed the theme system. Small regions were placed under the control of a general responsible for its defense and civil administration, strengthening the empire overall, which was a step away from the traditional Roman practice of centralized recruitment. However, upon Islamic Prophet Muhammad's death, the rising Muslim Arab armies conquered the rich provinces of Egypt and Syria and almost destroyed the Byzantine Empire in the Byzantine Arab Wars. The empire had gone from being the urbanized and cosmopolitan Eastern Roman Empire into medieval Byzantium, a predominantly agrarian Greek-speaking society. The Isaurian dynasty saw rising iconoclasm banning image veneration. This furthered conflict with the West as the Roman Pope remained in favor of religious images throughout the medieval period. Although it stretched over less territory from the 8th to the 11th century, the Byzantine Empire enjoyed another golden age under the Macedonian dynasty. The empire patronized art, including Byzantine mosaics, had more control over trade and more international prestige than under Justinian. East-West religious relations became increasingly strained, and centuries of theological and political differences culminated in the Great Schism of 1054. This created two separate branches of Christianity, the Roman Catholic Church in the West and the Eastern Orthodox Church in the Byzantine East. A few years later in 1064, the Seljuk Turks, rising Muslim nomadic warriors from Central Asia, were able to invade the disputed frontier region of Armenia. Latin armies also invaded parts of Byzantium, but Emperor Comnenus forced soldiers' loyalty in the hope of defeating the Turks. The combined Western Byzantine forces recaptured Asia Minor, but the events ultimately exacerbated East-West animosity. violent tensions between the East and West culminated during the Fourth Crusade when Catholic crusaders sacked Constantinople, looted the Hagia Sophia, and instated the short-lived line of Latin kings from the West. Under the Palaeologan emperors, Byzantium was economically crippled and failed to seek aid from the West again, this time against the Ottomans, nomadic Turkish tribes named after their leader Osman I. Ultimately, in 1453, the Ottomans were able to breach the strong walls of Constantinople, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire and the beginning of the long reign of the Ottoman Empire. Nevertheless, Byzantine legacy lives on through its influence on countries that practiced its Eastern Orthodox religion. Also, the writings of ancient Greek thinkers such as Plato were slowly vanishing in the West and might have been lost to history if not for the Byzantine Empire. Its libraries safeguarded these Greek and Roman texts that provided the foundation of the Renaissance.